guys how to face off. You go out and you get a kid how to face off. What's one of the first things you guys probably want to teach your kid how to do? What's one of the first things? Right? What you want to do before you do anything about a kid to face it off is that you want to teach them how to hold your stick. All right? How to grab this piece of 40-inch stick here. How do you do that? All right? Now the big thing how to do that is that you want to make sure that you're teaching your kids, all right, how to hold on to the stick with their fingers. The first thing you want to do, all right, when you teach your kids how to hold your stick is that you want to take your top hand, all right, and you want to get it up to the, got a little noise competition here. Get it up as close to the top of the head as you want, all right, but not touching the plastic, all right? That's the biggest thing to remember. Now, whether you hold your hand this way over the top like I do, all right, or under the stick like I do, you want to get it close to the plastic but not touching it. Now, the thing to remember to tell all your face-off guys when you go here, all right, is that you never want to lose a face-off before you take it. All right? So if you have a guy who thinks he should line his head up, his hand on the head of the stick beforehand, because he thinks he can get an advantage, but you're going to lose that face-off because the ref's going to blow you for it. All right? Never lose a face-off before you take it. Line up the right way all the time. All right? And what you have to do is get that hand as close to it as possible. And I like to do it this way or this way, but you want to make sure that your kid holds his stick with his hand, with his fingers. All right? Fingers only. You don't want to start wrapping your hand around like this, and why don't we want to do that? All right? The reason is that it really limits how far you can move your stick. It limits what moves you can do. All right? You want to hold your stick tight enough that you can do everything with it, you can move with it, but not so tight, right, that you can't move at all. All right? And you want to make sure you get it up there as close as you can, but not touching it. All right? All the time. Now, a lot of kids come in with preconceived notions how to hold their sticks. All right? You have to get rid of some of these bad habits that they have. That means you have to do things over and over with them. And one way I like to teach kids, even on the college level, how to do this is when you hold your stick, I'll tell them, okay, let me see how you're holding your stick. Check yourself, make sure your palm's out so you can see that you're holding it with it. And then I'll tell them to put their stick on the ground. Pick it up again, all right? Make sure you're holding that stick the exact same way. Have them do it again. Put it down, have them pick it up again. Make sure he holds that stick the exact same way. And I always like to see here, it's like I like to put my thumb right there. That gives me a little more pressure there and make sure my palm doesn't wrap around. And one of the reasons you want to have these safety checks in there, which I call, is because when you get tired, it's 100 degrees outside, you've taken your 30th face off, right? Some guys beat the hell out of you. Your brain's going to start playing tricks on you. All right, it's good. So you need to teach your body through these safety checks how to line up all the time. All right, and do it the right way. All right, so you get that first, get that top hand down there. Now if you're this way, you face off the more traditional way, like this. Again, you want to make sure you're close to that plastic, but not on it, because you don't want to lose the face off ahead of time. Get your hand here, your thumb, and again, where's my palm? Right? I can see it right there, okay? So I'm not holding it. The minute you start wrapping that around, look at the strain you're putting on this wrist already. All right? Right there, you're locking your whole wrist, your forearm and everything. That's not what you want to do. You want to get it so it's nice and easy like that. All right? Or like this way. All right? You guys understand that? Make it a good idea? All right, now we got to put our other hand on the shaft. All right? And this really varies a lot depending on height, okay, how big you are and stuff. But you want to find the right spot to put it here. All right? What I like to tell our kids to do is that we like to get it just shoulder width apart, right? For a lot of reasons. One reason is you have your hands right next to each other like this, right? It's really tough to get low. You know, if I'm getting into a stance here, my hands are like this, I'm going to be pretty tight. It's not a really natural thing. Plus, your butt end, you can't control the butt end, right? It's going to be all over the place. You're going to expose the ball. You're going to lose a lot of face-offs, all right? You don't want that. If you have your hands too far apart, all right, we're not lifting weights here. You know what I mean? It's all far apart. Again, they're kind of off balance. All right, and now the way to kind of find the right spot for the person you're facing off, and it changes for everybody depending again on your size, is that we like to kind of hold your stick, and I teach our kids to do it this way. Hold your stick straight out. Not to the side or in. Just hold it straight out. All right? Take your other hand. Don't take your other hand. Hold it straight out and put it on your shaft. All right? And again, we want to make sure we're holding it with our what? Our fingers again here. All right, so your palm's out, your thumb there, so you're not getting wrapped around. All right, holding it there. Now again, that gives me right there. So now I have optimal power and control of my stick. Right there. All right, you also, if you want to do a little different, you can always check with your hips. okay? Go here, change. And what I'd like to do, again, to take the thought out of your head when you go to face off, because there's a lot of things going on when you're facing off, right? You want to take those things out of your head, is that I put a piece of tape right there, as you'll see, all you guys, so when your guys are going out to face off, they automatically know every time where their hand goes. All right, sometimes the guys face off, they don't have any tape there or anything, and their hand is in a different spot every time. All right, so that makes it really tough to be routine. And when you face off, you want to make sure everything you do, all right, you do the same way every single time. All right, it's just like a pitcher in baseball, right? He's going to go pitch. He does everything the same way every time, so he doesn't tip off what he's doing, and he gets a routine, just like a basketball free throw guy, right? He gets up there, every way he shoots that basketball, you know that foul shot, he does everything. It's the same routine every time. He dribbles the basketball 4 times, or he does this. You got to come up with that routine, how your guys do it every single time. It's real important, okay? So again, how you teach your kids to make sure they're putting it in the right spot again. Again, have them throw it on the ground again. All right?